Ladies and gentlemen, someone told me that you have an itch for the Switch It Up show. My name is Glenn, and I am joined by our wonderful host here, Mr. Seth. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well, my guy.
Awesome, man. Awesome. You know, as I think it's fate, because as we sit here and record this podcast, I just got the push notification on my phone that Splatoon 2 has shipped, and it is on its way to my humble abode as we speak.
Beautiful, my dude. That's great to hear.
Yes, it is, sir. Speaking of things that are great to hear, our podcast has a wide variety of things to cover today. So we're going to do as we did the last time, let the music run out so you can enjoy these tunes for a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Some people might think that I'm actually stalling for time when that comes up. No, not at all. I just really like the music. Like to hear it, and I hope you guys too.
Track is so good.
Dude, it's awesome. It's awesome. If you want to hear any of the music, want to know a little bit more about it, all of it is in the notes for the show. But we're not here to talk about... That's it, man. That's it. You pronounce it perfectly, too.
Anamanaguchi.
Wonderful.
Not Italian, but it's Anamanaguchi.
Yeah, you make it work, though. So this segment is called The Inventory, and we like to focus on what we're playing right now. And for the most part, it's usually a Switch game, but every once in a while, another game sneaks in there, sir. So why don't you go ahead and hit me? Let me know what you've got going on in the wonderful wide world that is the Nintendo Switch.
Right now in Switch, I am pretty much playing Bulb Boy. I'm actually having a good time with that. I'm checking her out. I'm thinking it's a good time. I really enjoy the animation style of it. I know we're going to review that in an episode coming up later on, so I don't want to get too much into it. And I'm actually stuck deep into the throes of this Dragon Ball Dokkan battle on my iOS device.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help it, man. Like, it's their second anniversary. They keep giving me free stuff, and I am a huge Dragon Ball fan. So they just keep throwing me all these weird characters. Right now, the 15th World Martial Arts Tournament's going on. I've been competing since the 13th. Clocked in a consecutive 163 days.
Oh my gosh.
Dedication.
Yeah, man.
To this game. I spent money on it, $7.99. You know, I spent a lot of hours in this game. It's a good time, man. I can't help it. It's super easy. It's just one of those gem games, and it's kind of where I've been at in gaming lately. Also, Friday the 13th, because it's a lot of fun.
Dude, that game, Friday the 13th, is awesome. And considering you only spent $7 on that game and how much you play it, you definitely got way more than your money's worth, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, gaming-wise, I've recently been playing a little bit of the Destiny 2 beta, which you can actually hear all about our experience over on the normal, regular show, if you will. The Preachcast, we did a whole little episode all about Destiny 2 and the beta. A lot of fun. Of course, I also am with you on the quest to kill Jason in Friday the 13th, and we're going to go ahead and resume that later this evening.
You should check it out on our YouTube page. Search for us at Preachcast. This is going to be the first time, I believe, that we're actually going to have that on our YouTube page. We currently have our Destiny 2 betas. If you guys are into the PS4 at all, please be sure to check us out on YouTube. We're playing a lot of games all the time, streaming as well. We also stream off of Twitch, /Preach Network.
Yeah, we're trying to kind of get our name out there a little bit more.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go through and do some of those Telltale games. The Wolf Among Us and Batman. I never finished either of them, and I want to do them entirely over now that season 2 of both of those games has been announced. So I'm really looking forward to going through those, and I'm probably going to put those gameplay videos, the walkthroughs, all up on our YouTube page in a wonderful playlist for everyone. Hopefully you will be joining me for the conversation on the games. If not, maybe it'll just be me. We'll see.
Yeah, man. Speaking of Telltale, I'm definitely gonna get to finish off The Walking Dead because I'm on the very last chapter. So that's it's gonna be an intense playthrough for me because I love that game. I love that story. But Nintendo Switch wise,
So good.
oh dude, it's however good. If you haven't played it, you owe it to yourself. But in addition to some of the stuff I've been playing on Nintendo Switch, I've been getting into Levels Plus, which is this. The full title is Levels Plus Addictive Puzzle Game for Nintendo Switch. And if you look at the picture, like the thumbnail in the eShop, you might be like a little underwhelmed because it looks, I don't know, it looks like work, to be honest.
Yeah, I have this downloaded, and I have, you know how I love a puzzle game.
But
Dokkan Battle.
I'm telling you right now, it is the furthest thing from work. Perhaps in the next episode, where we are going to review this in an upcoming episode, if I can convince Mr. Seth to play through it, keep telling him how good it is. I can't wait to hear his reaction. But you're gonna have to tune in for the next episode to kind of find out a little bit more about what we think about Levels Plus, because we got a different game to talk about this week on the Switch It Up show. But before we get into that, we got a few pieces of news to discuss here on Potent Power Ups. Just a couple, nothing too crazy, keeping it short and sweet. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about, we talked about a little bit last week about the whole way that you have to like voice chat on the Nintendo Switch is a little crazy in terms of in terms of like what you have to plug in. But now they actually
get your dongles ready.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody.
Yeah, like dongles, multiple cables, adapters, like come ready. But the Nintendo Switch voice chat app has recently been released this week, and it's it's not coming off so good. People are not happy.
Not that great, huh?
No, sir. No. Have you heard a little bit about like kind of why people are so upset?
I have heard that number one, it can't function if the screen goes off.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you lock your screen, you're done.
It's absolutely correct, sir. So your screen is going to...
What the hell is that?
I don't know, man. You can't leave the app either. So it needs to be active. It needs to be the only thing that you've got going on. It can't run in the background, and your screen can't lock. At least on the iOS version.
How am I going to respond to my mother when she asks if I'm alive?
You're not, sir. You're not.
Oh my god, the police will show up at my door.
That's it. So supposedly, from Nintendo themselves, they say that using the voice chat app for about an hour will take about 40% of your battery. So... I don't know, man. That's rough. That's some rough news to deal with. And I mean, I know it's super new though. You know what? The app's only been out for a few days. I'm sure they're gonna tweak it and update it. And really, it's Nintendo's kind of first foray into voice chat at all. So I feel like you got to be at least a little bit happy that they have it in some respect, because there really has been no other way to do it on a Nintendo console forever. So. I feel like this is a step in the right direction. They just have some work to do.
Yeah, it's a lofty order. A neat idea. Nice try. You know, I think I'm gonna use Discord.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Until it kind of gets kind of ironed out, I think Discord's the way to go. Although that's still a little sad because I won't have a way to get like any of my game audio like into the device. So like I don't know, man. I just wish they would figure it out. It's kind of weird because it makes you really appreciate what like what Sony and Microsoft do. You know, like we kind of take that party chat for granted.
We do, and they up the party chat all the time. I hear a rumbling of a PS4 firmware beta going out to a lot of people.
Ooh.
Hopeful that we get some sweet upgrades on that.
I'll be fine with me, man. I take it. Anything you can get. What do you know about You Don't Know Jack?
I know it is a game.
It is.
So it's an old time game. Rando questions thrown at you, and you're just, when you don't get it right, you're supposed to scream, "You don't know Jack!" at the person, right?
I mean, you're not far off, sir. As a great man once said, you're not wrong. You Don't Know Jack is a kind of like an interactive trivia game. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about, first of all, just got announced that it's going to be coming to Switch sometime soon. You know how that goes. But in the last version that came out on PlayStation, how it worked was your phone was your controller. So you would fire up the game, and you would say how many people were playing, and then it would flash like a link on the screen that you would type in on your web browser on your phone, and it would just pop up, and that would be your controller. So it was a cool way for a bunch of people to interact with play the game, and not need like 6 controllers that cost $50 each. And it's like a fun, like jokey, kind of like form of Jeopardy, where there's like 20, I think there's 21 rounds, and each round is has like a theme to it, kind of like a la Jeopardy, but it's hosted by like a comedian, and it's super jokey, and there's all types of random like pop-up like challenges and things like that. It's fun. It's a fun trivia game. If you're looking for something,
which comedian is it gonna be?
I mean, it's like he's I can't really remember what his name is in the game, but he's like the Jack. He's
not a real comedian. It's a fake comedian. I was like, who is it?
It's like it's like
it can't be Jeff Foxworthy.
No. Although the show,
he's got kids that are smarter than him.
Jeff Foxworthy. He's doing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Yeah.
Yeah.
The show actually, it was a game show for one season, and it was hosted by somebody who you could say was a comedian, sir. For
Lorenzo Lamas?
For $100, can you name him?
Mark Summers?
No. Starred in an 80s television show that has recently been remade into a Netflix original movie.
My God.
He's a very controversial television host.
Controversial television host?
Yes, he was in a Batman movie, too. One of the OG Batman movies.
Original Batman
That's going to be Paul Rubens, sir.
Paul Rubens?
Paul Rubens hosted You Don't Know Jack. You can go ahead and check that out on the YouTubes for sure.
He was in one of the original Batman?
Yeah, he was a Penguin's Penguin's dad in Batman Returns.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, see? I'm telling you, I am 1,000% with the Batman tonight.
Look at you.
All right, sir, but I believe that's all we got for news. So we're going to go ahead and slide right on into the new releases. All right, so we got a wide array of different releases coming out here on Press Continue. Nintendo's kind of pulled a quick one on us and just like added a couple releases, just earlier today. So
curveball,
curveball, a little surprise, or an ink ball, if I may say so myself, because one of the releases coming out this week is Splatoon 2. As I said earlier at the top of the show, I already have this pre-ordered. It is on the way. I went the physical edition, and if I'm not mistaken, sir, you're not on the Splatoon 2 bandwagon with me.
I didn't get it yet. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know about it yet. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I got a birthday coming up. So, some money's gonna come my way. I hope.
Ooh, some money. This guy.
Well, gift cards. You get your PSN gift card, or you get your Switch Store gift card, your eShop.
That's fair.
Gift card to Olive Garden.
All right, sir. Well, when it comes out, I will let you know. I'm super excited. I can't wait personally. It's gonna be rough though because it comes out this same. This is the best Destiny 2 beta is out this week. But good thing is, I think I'm gonna almost be done all the stuff to play through that. So I'll have some time to play Splatoon 2 for sure. And then, are you familiar with Samurai Showdown?
I'm not. Tell me all about it.
So Samurai Showdown is a game from the Neo Geo. Do you remember Neo Geo?
I do remember Neo Geo.
Yeah,
Didn't they come out with that cell phone?
No, I think you're thinking the N-Gage?
That wasn't Neo Geo?
No.
They didn't have a hand in that?
They did have a handheld, though. That, like, a little handheld console that you could play. Yeah. But Samurai Showdown is basically, it's like 12 like swords match. It's like Street Fighter with like swords. So like it was popular like in the early 90s. It came out in 1993, and it's like a beat 'em up, kind of like Street Fighter.
Streets of Rage.
Yeah, kind of. Well, not like Street Fighter. It's like one-on-one like fighting.
Oh, it's actual. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I dig that.
Yeah, the graphics are really cool. There's actually an anthology that came out on Wii a couple years back. It looks like fun. I don't know. I think it's $7. Yeah, it's $7.99. There's a whole like series of Neo Geo games that are out on the Switch eShop, and I hope that they just come out with like a physical collection of them. Because that would be cool, or maybe like a digital collection where you get them all. Because $8 for every single one of these games, I feel like is a little pricey. But that's just me, man. I already got the Street Fighter Ultra. I don't know if I need this too on top of that.
Completely agree, man.
Also coming out this week is Ultra Hyperball. I had to watch the trailer for this to try to find out like what it is, because the
music sounded great.
Dude, the music is super cool, and it's like this super like retro looking 2D side scrolling type game. And basically, to be honest with you, from the trailer, because there's really not a good description of it. In fact, I'm going to read you the description, and you're not going to have any idea, and then I'm going to tell you. So it says, in the ultimate sport of Hyperball, have You got what it takes to be the ultimate champion. Climb the ranks in the game's single-player story mode. Play as Jay, an unlikely hero, battling against the odds to join the Hyperball League. That is it. It looks like, for the most part, it's a bunch of, like, maybe like 4 or 5 people playing at once. You bounce the ball up in the air. You don't let it hit the ground when it comes to you. It looks like badminton with no net.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but if there is, guess what? It's not in the description. So I'm trying here. But who knows? Maybe it'll pop up again on a future episode. Music does sound great. It looks cool. So maybe. We also have coming out this week another game called Boost Beast, which I hope to talk about on a future episode. But this looks cool, man. This looks up your alley. Have you seen anything about this at all?
No, but you were telling me all about it, and it honestly does sound, based on what I'm playing currently, right up my alley.
Yeah, man. So basically, it kind of looks like, I know you're big on like the gyms, like matching games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it looks like that. Kind of looks like a little bit of cross between like Puyo Puyo Tetris, a gyms game, and then it also turns like later on into like a beat 'em up. So like it looks really cool. Yeah, it's $10. And like that's an interesting hybrid of games. So it says that there's over 204 stages. So
wow.
I mean, yeah, man. So a lot of stuff going on there. It looks cool. And again, that is Boost Beast. It is $10. But there's one more game that I wanted to talk about this week on our main segment of Let's Play, and that is going to be I and Me. I and Me is at $9.99. I'm going to go ahead and hit you with the synopsis, and then I'm going to kind of delve on into a little bit of the review. But before I do,
sounds super deep.
The name does sound super deep, and it's a story that's near and dear to both of our hearts. But before I jump into it, sir, do you know anything about I and Me?
No, it sounds listless.
That's a good way to put it, and that's really kind of like how it's presented. So let me read you the synopsis. If there were another me, observing myself from the perspective of a spectator, how would I regard another me? How would I get along with the other me? I Am Me is a puzzle platformer. To play the game, you control 2 cats at the same time. The 2 characters will perform exactly the same action. You need to manage both of them at the same time and let them coordinate to complete the adventure. The game has 4 chapters based on the 4 seasons with a total of 92 levels. Sometimes you have to think carefully, and in some places you need to be flexible. The soundtrack of the game is soothing with an orchestra and piano music. Each season has its own style. And I gotta say, the music for this is probably like one of the highlights. The music is great. Like I was like immediately like taken aback by like how good it was. It's really this is a very relaxing game. I feel
sounds like a bad hipster poem.
The description of it doesn't it? Like it's a little like sing-songy. It insists upon itself.
It definitely sounds like it does. Like the fedora was firmly tipped when it was pitched, where they were like, when they said cats, I feel the fedora tip.
Yes, sir. So there is almost like a like the screen on this, like the graphical presentation. It's a side-scrolling type game. You do in fact control 2 like black cats, and they do move in unison. And basically, there's like, for the most part, there's 2 sections of the level. There's like a top and a bottom. And as you move the cats, you have to like get them to jump over like waterfalls, get them to avoid spikes. Maybe there's some enemies that they can't run into. But you have to kind of use the environment and the surroundings to kind of like stagger the cats, because like maybe like one has to jump over a river, but when you jump, they both jump. So you have to kind of position them so that when you hit the jump button, they both kind of avoid the obstacles or the enemies that are in their respective paths. So you kind of have to think about like how you need to position them, but you can't just move them like separately. They move together, so you have to look for obstacles in your way to be able to adjust the path of one cat. That way, whenever you like go to jump or move them somewhere or activate a switch or something like that, they're in the right spot. So there's a little bit of thinking that goes on, but That being said, I do like the game. The graphics kind of look like that Braid style, where like there's
Yeah.
like a focus. I think I said that in the last show too, on the last game we played. But there's like a focus around the screen, like there's like a vignette.
An
Is
iris.
what I should go for. Yeah, exactly.
The iris is closed on the screen.
Yeah, like I said, the music is really cool. Everything.
Like Limbo. Like
Yes.
Limbo, if you play
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
A little bit like Journey to an extent.
Yeah, I haven't played Journey. I still need to.
Oh
play
my
that.
God, you got it for free on PS4, didn't you?
Dude, yeah, that's a problem, man. I do the same thing you do, where I just go through, I get every game. And I'm like, it's free. I'll download that.
I got that.
And
Journey's an incredible experience. I was close to getting the vinyl.
oh man, yeah, that was expensive.
Yeah.
But the graphics in this are super cool. Each one they're all for the most part like set outside, and you can easily tell which season it is. Like in fall, there's all types of leaves like blowing around the screen. In winter, you have a little bit of snow falling. It takes place in day, at night, and basically you have to position the cat so that they get in these like little frames. And when you do, the level ends. It moves on to the next one. It's really fun. The graphics are good. The mechanics are solid. It doesn't control like poorly or anything like that. And it's a little bit of a thinker. It starts off easy and then it kind of builds upon it. And at any time you can hit a button that'll give you kind of like a hint on what you're supposed to do. So you'll never like get stuck or like frustrated for too long. There's 92 levels, so there's a good amount of game here.
Yeah.
And it's only $9.99 on the eShop. So in terms of like score on our scale here, I'm gonna go ahead and give this out of 5. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 3. I do enjoy this game. The game is fun.
Okay.
But it's not. To be fair, this isn't my this isn't really my preferred genre. I'm not really big into puzzle games, so it's rare that I play a puzzle game where I'm like, yes, this is really really good. But that being said, the music in this game is awesome. The graphics are great. It's easy to understand.
Give you emotion? Did it captivate you at all?
No, not. It didn't give me like
No.
like I wasn't
Okay.
like I did like. I mean, I like the cats. Like the cats are really cute. But they're not really in. They're not in danger.
There was no emotional connectivity to them. No tangible desire to save them, get them on their cat journey.
No, I feel like they were safe for the most part. I feel like maybe if I was a little nervous that they were gonna die, or if there was like a kind of introduction to like where the cats came from, or like why I should be concerned about it, maybe then I would be a little more emotionally connected to said cats.
Okay.
But they kind of just start off, and which is fine. It's fun. It's a puzzle game, and I like it. But it's again, it's $9.99. I think for all the levels you get, and the awesome music and the graphics and the control and the fact that you won't get stuck. It's a comfortable amount of difficulty, and if you need a helping hand, it's there. I like that. So I feel like for $10, it's a good buy.
And it's pretty, right?
Oh, dude, yeah, it's really cool. If you're into that style of graphic, you're really gonna like it. And I'm not the biggest fan of that style, and I think it looks good. So it doesn't look
Beautiful.
it doesn't look bad at all. I like it. Nice and bright in certain levels, and super like dark and kind of scary in other ones. And again, that game is I and Me on the eShop. Certainly recommend that you check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're going to be checking things out, make sure that you check us out over on Twitter at Switch It Up Show. We would love to hear from you. Talk about any of the releases coming out this week. Talk about what you're playing this weekend. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if things get boring, switch it up.